Hi, this is Doug Sargent. Welcome to the Karst Valley Railroad. All aboard! Today I'm going to be playing around with TopoView and showing you some of my favorite places. This is TopoView, provided by the USGS. The area that I'm interested in is Berryville, Virginia, which I have already selected over here. So I'm going to zoom the map in, and I'm having it display the 1955 24K topographic map. And there's some other little fancies that you can do. So I'm going to push that away and zoom in as much as I can. So we have Harper's Ferry up here, Point of Rocks, you know that station, down to Berryville, down to Front Royal, here's Strasburg over here, and Washington, D.C. Get your bearings. So coming up from Front Royal in 1955, you could see that there's a left turnout here, and it is hard to see. I can't zoom in anymore. I've got the web page zoomed in. There we go. That's a little bit better. And all right, so you see this left turnout. In order to zoom your web page, that's a control mouse wheel to do that. Onto this siding anyway, and you see that siding crosses a road and then comes back in to the main line, and a little spur out here past this industry. Zoom, there you go. Oh dear. Now I'm trying to keep this as full screen. There we go. So this is where I talk about putting my mine for my dilithium crystals. And so here's my main level crossing. And this road here is Station Road. There used to be a station right here. There's a seed goods place here and a big building there. And in this map, you can see the main line splits here again with this right turnout, becomes a double track. And that double track goes off and off and off and off and joins back a few miles down. Then it splits back this way, south, onto a siding that goes past that goods building and I'm calling it the fruit building. But it's a big building, and I'll show that to you on Google Maps. So there's a station, maybe this is the station here. Industry, industry, industry. And then there's this other spur coming off of this siding. And this area is the cattle yard. And this is Cattleman's Lane. So another industry, industry, industry. I mean, I call them industries. All right. Here's Berryville today on Google Maps. You can see the double line here coming into Berryville. Industries still present. This is Cattleman's Lane that I mentioned. And what we see today is that the spur going off to the southwest, the turnout is on the south side of the intersection. In 1955, it shows the turnout on the north side. It shows the splitting of the main line onto the second line as north of the intersection. Here we see that the main line is splitting into two, well south of the intersection. And we have, ooh, that's nice. That is so nice. So here's a look around. And there's some really nice YouTube videos of trains passing through this town. So you see that there's this siding now coming off here, going down here, and then there's another turnout headed back, and it's pretty disused, but it goes all the way up here, Berryville Farm Supply, and on the 1955 map, it crossed the road and came all the way up to here, and maybe all the way up to here. Uh, so it's basically you go onto this siding and then back up, and then we go. Now that siding continues and curves around here, and then off to the cattle yard that used to be, that once was. Now you can also download these images. I suggest downloading the GeoTIFF. The JPEGs are going to be compressed data, and the resolution is not going to be as good. The KMZ is sort of a Google format. The GeoPDF is a PDF file, but it's got the geolocation information. The GeoTIFF is an image, and it has the location information embedded in it, but that's nice and fairly high resolution. I still am not satisfied with the resolution, but we're dealing with raster images here, um, which are bitmaps basically. So they do get pixelated when you zoom in on them. So we'll show that and slide that. Here is Riverton and Front Royal down here on the Shenandoah River. And we see a series of industries here that are rather interesting. I'm going to switch back to TopoView. And I need to select this quad. I'm going to do the latest. That's 1 to 24,000. Okay, so let's see if I can. So you see the double track coming in. We have this spur and then a double track, and that's going off to this Ferguson Enterprises. This is rather interesting. Um, so here's the spur and the double track coming up, a little runaround, and then this dedicated comes up here, and you get a couple of spurs off of that for the Cisco Northeast distribution. So that's a nice raison d'etre for industries. So this one's very interesting. So you get this the triangle thing where you can turn around, right? Come in, go out. Nice yard with runarounds, and they connect back up on the other end, so you don't have the stubby things, and you have your intermodal operations. That is sweet. You see on the topo view, that's fairly simplified. This has got 3 spurs on it, and the topo view has only got 2, and that was in 2019. And this imagery is 2021. That is a power plant. I would love to have something like that. But again, look at this. The field of whatevers. Don't fall on that. You cook like a hot dog. Coming down into Front Royal, here's a bunch of quarries. Yeah, that's not a pond. That's a that's a watery quarry. And there's another one of those triangle thingies. I had one of these on the first layout that the cat was licking. So I like that. But I would want to be able to turn around a whole train, not just the locomotive in one car, which is all I could do. That's about it. I'm Doug Sargent with the Karst Valley Railroad. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Over and out.